Did not get drafted in last night's first round. You guys both gave it about a 50% chance he would go on the first night. So now, what's your best guess on what happens to Bronny tonight, Keyshawn?
You know, Skip, I gave it a 50-50 yesterday. And when Zach Edey went off the board, if I was a gambling person, I probably would have put money that he was going to go on 17 and be broke right now, right? Because I was like, okay. So now as we fast forward to tonight, the easy scenario is he's going to get drafted. Now, where's he going to get drafted? Okay? Is he going to get drafted before 55? Because I don't believe he's going to get past 55. But I also think there's an opportunity and a chance for him to go somewhere a little higher. Maybe at 52, I think it's 52 or 53 to Golden State. Maybe there's a possibility there. Yep. You know, got some veterans, got some guys around him. He certainly could learn from those guys. But I think that he'll get drafted. It won't go past 55. You know, and as a competitor, I felt it was a little weird because I didn't see him yesterday at all in any other, you know, obviously the green room, in the stands, none of that craziness. But as a competitor with both him and his dad and his family, his brothers, everybody, and Rich Paul, I just hope that it didn't eat at him that he wasn't in the room. Now, if you say, well, he knew he wasn't, that doesn't matter. When you start seeing your contemporaries falling off the board, Skip and Paul, coming off the board, not falling off the board, coming off the board, and you're sitting there and you're saying to yourself, regardless of what your agent is telling you, regardless of what Pops is telling you, it doesn't matter because you're your own person. And now all of a sudden you start looking at this and you're like, man, I should be there. I should be there. I just hope that in his mind, he wasn't going through that psychologically.
No, I don't think.
I just, you know, because he's a competitor, though, Paul.
Yeah, he's a competitor, but based on what he's been through, you know, he knows that he has some more proving of himself to do in order to be in that realm of guys. You know, these guys, you know, Bronny had to go through the cardiac arrest. You know, he didn't particularly play well after, you know, with USC. I mean, you look at the stats. I mean, that they don't really scream out at you that says a first-round pick. You know, so there's other routes.
No, there is. Of course there's other routes.
And I think he understands that.
Yes, that is all true.
The second-round route or the free agent route, he understands that he has to reprove himself. And so I think he's fine with that.
That's true, but when you're sitting around and you're watching 3 hours of a draft, it just... I've been around guys that knew they were going later in drafts.
To see something like that,
but it's just...
That can build him up.
No, it could. That's why I say I hope
that... can ignite a fire in him.
That's why I say I hope that he don't even worry about that sort of stuff.
Not getting picked 17 could be probably the best thing for him. Not getting picked in the first round could probably be the best thing for him. Because now, if you any type of competitor, like you saying, Key, you like, all right. Like, for me, Key, I was projected number 2, Skip. No more than number 5. When I didn't go... No less than 5. When I got past 5, that ate at me.
Sure. That's what I'm saying.
And so, yeah, but that's based on your projection. You know, he wasn't projected there, but he's like, I feel like I'm better than these guys.
Absolutely.
So now, this could light a fire under him that he probably didn't have or he had, but it can make it grow.
Yep. That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying? So this could be the best thing because my fire was always there. But when I got past that 5th, 6th, and I got picked 10th, I was like, oh, no, this has turned into one of these California blazes. Like oh, no, this ain't, I'm not feeling this. And I hope that he feels a certain type of way, you know, because based on his talent from high school, being a McDonald's All-American, being around a lot of these guys who getting drafted, playing against these guys at different camps, that he's looking at saying, yeah, I'm better than him. I hope it ignites something in him. So, like, now, like me, if I didn't get picked first round, I'd be in the gym right after the draft. Like, I'm going to the gym.
And remember what he said.
You know what I'm saying?
All he wants to do is have his name
that's fine.
called. His name wasn't called yesterday.
Yeah.
So where were you on draft night? Who were you sitting with as you started to fall?
Well, I was in the green room, so I was with my family. So we were sitting at the table like this. I'm like, all right, I'm projecting number 2. So I'm sitting there, number 2 get called. So I'm like, oh, okay. I know who going to 3.
Do you remember who went 2? I don't remember.
Yeah, so number 2 is Mike Bibby.
Of course he remembered.
Of course I remember. I can tell you the whole lineup. Then right, Prince.
Okay, so what did you lean over and say to people to your right
I'm
and
like,
left?
no, but so look, 5 come. I don't get picked. I only worked out for the top 5, so now I'm at 6. Like, all right, 6, I don't think they're gonna pick me.
Did I hire the wrong agent?
Yeah, but then Philly comes up because I remember Brown that coached with Philly. Larry Brown,
Yeah.
Kansas guy. I'm a Kansas guy, so I'm thinking, all right, I believe they was like 7 or 8 pick. I'm like, all right, I'm not going past Larry Brown. I'm a Kansas guy. Boom. So he picked. They picked somebody else. Skip. So I'm over here like, I'm not knowing what's going on. So I'm on camera. I'm trying to smile and keep it cool, but inside I'm fuming. 9 comes, nope. 10 comes Celtics. I'm like, damn. Like, I'm a grew up a Laker fan. I'm like, all right.
And you hadn't had interaction with the Celtics.
I had no interaction, no phone calls, no workouts. So my interview after, I was like, you know what? It's going to be 9 other teams that's going to hate that they didn't pick me. I said that in the interview. I said that. And that's what sparked the fire, because I knew when I said something like that, I got to put in the work.
Did your agent think you would go too? Was he hearing through the grapevine?
Yeah, it was all the projections. It was signed, sealed, and delivered. Number 2.
Who was 2? Who picked?
Michael Bibby.
No, I mean, which team?
Vancouver.
No, Vancouver.
That's right.
I said Memphis, but I meant Vancouver.
Memphis, but they were Vancouver Grizzlies,
All
which
right.
is now Memphis.
I'm with Keyshawn on this. I was thinking about Bronny and how it had to sting just a little bit to watch the adulation, to watch the interviews, and to watch the tears, because I saw a lot of tears last, which is great. Do I think it's an all-time great? I don't, but their lives all changed as they got picked. Some went higher than we thought, and they're crying tears like, wow, I just made some money,
Yeah.
And listen, LeBron James Jr. is the son of the greatest scorer in the history of this game, and he's got to have that kind of pride in him, even though everything you said is correct about the circumstances all played against him this year at USC. But then it was interesting to me, 1 year ago right now, I thought Bronny James and Isaiah Collier were going to change life at
Isaiah
USC.
Collier, what did he go,
He fell
29?
clear to 29 to the Jazz.
Yeah.
Listen,
I was shocked at that.
1 year ago, I seriously thought he would go number 1 to whoever.
I think a lot of people
Collier
thought.
was projected.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I saw
Isaiah
that.
Collier.
Yes.
And he struggled. Obviously, Bronny post-cardiac arrest
It
struggled.
was that USC system.
I don't know.
No,
shut the hell up and let the man finish.
USC system, Skip.
Ain't got nothing to do with no USC.
That USC system.
And all of a sudden, your coach is at SMU. It
Right.
was.
It didn't work out the way we thought it would.
It didn't ever get off the ground
Yes.
for whatever reason. And Isaiah played a role in that, too, because he just didn't have the year. I don't know. He struggled.
We were
although
not good.
He had some games where I'd say, that was pretty
USC
good.
Played against Washington.
Yeah.
I think he had
Should've
27,
went-
27 30
yeah,
against
should've went to
Washington.
Kansas.
He
They should've
did.
went to Kansas.
And I should have gone to Kansas.
Damn, Kansas.
Where is Kansas?
Oh, you know where Kansas is.
Lawrence, Kansas?
Yep.
Where is
Lawrence,
Lawrence,
Kansas?
Kansas?
Yep.
It's out there in nowhere.
Here's
right?
what I'm gonna say
is there
about
anything in Lawrence,
we
Kansas
gon-
except the school?
We're gonna put the
Applebee's.
what we're gonna do right now, Skip, is we're gonna put the Kansas stuff to rest before you continue.
Yeah.
The game of paying players have changed. Y'all not the only pay for play anymore. So it's over.
We don't got to do that for players.
Okay?
People want to actually go to that
Ain't no
school.
damn kid from Inglewood, California, right next to Los Angeles, South Central, flying over all these damn schools to go to
I
no
did.
Kansas
I
without
did.
getting paid.
I
Stop
did.
it.
I did.
Go ahead, Skip.
Were you just naive or what?
No. Skip, I had to get out the hood.
Okay.
He could have went up to Oakland. He could have went to
You got
Cal
way
and got
out
out
of
the hood.
Yeah.
He could have went to Cal and got out the hood. He could have Washington State and got out the hood. Kansas was one of the top 5 programs in the history at the time of college basketball,
It still is.
paying players.
No, they wasn't.
Okay, period. Don't get me started with these Dukes and
they wasn't.
Kentuckys
No, they
and
wasn't.
Kansas is paying all these players. You better stop before I open up the can of worms on you.
No, we all know SC.
It sounds like Coach Self just kind of danced out of one on what just
Man,
happened.
come on, man. UCLA in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. All right, back to Bronny, back to tonight. I will point out that your Celtics do hold the 54th pick in the second round, which is one pick ahead of the Lakers.
Might not be a bad selection.
Yeah.
I thought they could have got him at 30.
You want to talk about jerking him right out from under the Lakers. They could take him one pick ahead if they really wanted to do that.
Yeah, but why? This ain't about a Laker thing. It's about the kid. It's about whether or not they think he can develop and help him. Drafting him just to spite the Lakers, that would be foolish.
But that wouldn't, to your point, the case that you made yesterday wasn't a spite case.
That wasn't a spite case.
It was like
that was an actual,
a Bronny
like,
case.
Yeah, no, if he can get to one of these programs with some veterans around him that he can learn from, that he does not have to play immediately, then yes.
I mean, it's probably almost better, Skip and Keith, for him to get under the Celtics culture than the Laker culture as is right now. Because we know that's a soap opera. Think about it. You hired J.J. Redick, never coached, that's fine. You know, it's going to be all eyes on Bronny and his dad playing together, and it's just going to be too much of a spectacle. You know, I think if that happens, why don't you just bring him over here in the Celtic culture, championship culture, under, like, some realistic guards so you can kind of pattern your game after? Like, it makes more sense.
So the Lakers got unrealistic guards?
No, I'm saying realistic, like, you know, comparables for him
some comps.
that he can kind of turn into.
Some comps.
Yeah, that he can kind of turn into. You know, I think, like, realistically, if you say, well, what's Bronny's ceiling? Well, we don't know. We don't even know who he is as a player right now because we haven't seen enough of him. Like, what's his identity? You know, right now we say he's a, NBA-level defender. Well, you got two all-defensive players right here on the Celtics, right here. So how about we just nurture that now? Okay, he can knock down shots. His shot is getting a little consistent. Well, that's pretty much the role they play.
Yeah. But didn't they take the dude, what's his name, Baylor? How you say his name?
So this is not a knock. This is not a spite thing. This is like a real, actual, like, meaningful, like, caring about the player and developing him in a great culture, in a system, in a place to where he can actually learn something. Because if the Lakers pick him, yeah, it's a feel-good story. Bron said it's icing on the cake to play with his son. Yes, I want to see that too. But if we're talking about a realistic, like, goal for the kid to develop and actually get better and then not be a spectacle everywhere he go on the road, it'd probably be better him.
It's gonna be it's LeBron James' son, man. It's gonna be a spectacle
it,
wherever.
Yeah,
now you're getting ready to put him. Now you're getting ready to put him with Tatum and Brown and a championship team. That's gonna be a spectacle.
No, it's not.
Because you're gonna change the narrative. LeBron James' son, who plays for the Lakers, is now playing for the Celtics. Their rival. That's gonna be the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a great story, too.
Okay, but Paul, here's the other issue with your team. I told you all through the playoffs, I don't love your depth. I got your top six if Porzingis
6 or
is healthy.
7.
Okay.
6 or 7. But after that, could Bronny soon...
He can actually make it some minutes.
I'm just saying,
That's
could he
what
be
I'm
better than
saying.
Peyton Pritchard pretty soon? And Peyton Pritchard tries hard, and he plays, he plays hard on defense, and he can make half-court shots. I'll give him that.
It's realistic, Skip. It's a realistic thing.
If you ask me, he might be better.
Right?
He might be better than Peyton.
No, he's not better than Peyton Pritchard now.
Not right now.
No,
he's not.
No, but I'm just saying.
I said he might be. Better than Peyton Pritchard.
Not.
No, I'm talking about right this second.
Not right now.
Yeah,
Not
but
right now.
give him a couple
we're just
years.
saying,
For
who
sure.
knows? Who knows? But that's actually a realistic scenario. Like,
Yeah.
To really build something.
Yeah, where I could see him actually getting some fairly
Spot
quality
minutes here and there during the regular season.
like now,
Yeah.
like next year,
Okay.
right?
More so than on the Lakers.
Okay, so here's the X factor about Bronny James that I don't know because none of us know. He has not spoken about it, sort of precisely
his
publicly.
intentions are.
Yeah, what
does he want?
Does he want to play with his dad or not?
Yeah.
Because there's a chance he did make some statements about that he's not committed to playing with his father, that's not a priority. If it happens, it would be great, but not a priority. Well, my question is, what if deep down, what if he says, I just want to stand on my own 2 feet? I love my dad, but I don't want to just have to be in his shadow, literally.
But I would say this, having a son that played the same position as me, played football, went to college, all of those sort of things, did not go to USC, by the way, and could have gone because he didn't want that. He wanted to try to do it on his own. And I'm sure Bronny is the same. No kid wants to follow in the same footsteps the same way as their father. They want to follow. They want to do the same things, but they don't want to ride
Their
the
way.
coattail. They want to do it their way and make it happen.
Yeah.
All
It's
kids are that
it's
way.
always going to be this
And
way
what
for
was your
Bronny
role
James.
in where your kid went to school? Did
Man,
you-
whatever you want to do, it's on you.
you didn't-
Only thing I knew is that Mike Riley was my offensive coordinator, and he was a hell of a coach.
Yep.
Call plays, dial it up. Yep. Here you go. You pick and choose. It's your choice.
Okay.
Got nothing to do with me.
And you didn't encourage at all?
Nothing. Nothing. Do what you want to do.
You never said, you know, it would be nice if you...
Never.
Okay.
His mother went to USC. I went to USC. No problem at all. You do what you want to do.
We all know this
where
is
do
the
you
shadow
wind
of
up
all
in Nebraska?
shadows. This is the shadow of all shadows that he can't escape. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Whether
you
it's
can't.
literally...
You can't escape it because of who he is, what he looked like, his name, all that. But what you can escape is following in the same path as him, meaning like the only reason why you're on an NBA team is because of your dad and it's the Lakers.
It's going to be that anyway.
No, he don't have to go to the Lakers like you're saying. He can go somewhere else.
It's going to be that anyway, whether he's going to the Lakers or not.
But
right?
he may not, as Skip is saying, he may not want to do that. He may want to go play in Toronto. He may want to go play around. He may want to go to Miami. He just may want to do that because he feels like everything that he's done in his entire life is always a cast around him because of who his dad is.
I mean, it's not going to be able to escape it. So it is what it is.
And yeah, you've made the point. You can't wait to watch them play together because it'd be pretty special.
Yeah, it would be pretty special. I would, or against each other. A clear out with Bronny guard is. I mean, either way, it's going to be a special thing for the game.